So the trick we just looked at, it's called a handstand finger flip. And the big part of that trick is you actually have to move into a handstand, and then once you're in the handstand, you mule kick and flip the board and land on your feet. So there's a couple of big things you've got to deal with. First off, you have to keep your center of gravity right over the board, so you have to stay really balanced and centered right over the board. The second thing is you really have to get the power or the force from the kick of your legs in order to spin the board and land on it. So it's really dealing with the center of gravity and force. When you're spinning around or doing anything in a circle, you got to deal with two real principal things: centripetal force, which pushes in on you, and centrifugal force, which wants to pull you out. So one of the ways you manage that is with what we call the moment of inertia, and that's why you start with your arms out and bring them in. So as the moment of inertia is decreasing or the spin is increasing, you're decreasing the size of your mass to keep your spin actually going. So centripetal and centrifugal forces. Hey, you don't have to be in shape or anything to do this now. No, I'm just kidding. So what we're doing here is riding the bowl here at the West Side Park at High Ridge. And one of the things you really have to do in this is you really have to use your momentum. So you really pump the transitions and use your weight to kind of thrust forward. It's a classic force equals mass times acceleration, one of the Newton's laws, Newton's second law. But it's a way of pumping through the transitions to get that. And you go from places of potential energy to really kinetic energy. And so you stall in the air and then you go back down. So you go from potential energy when you're stalled to kinetic energy when you're going through. And you really have to manage that. Again, in skateboarding, it all comes back to the center of gravity.